In this video, I'm going to talk about marijuana anxiety and what to do about it. My name is Alice, I'm from a whole new high. Welcome to our channel. So let's talk about marijuana anxiety. There are some people out there that smoke marijuana and just get completely relaxed and funny and have a great time and do it every day because it's just such a great feeling. And then there are these people that smoke marijuana and they just get really anxious, maybe every time and maybe not every time. Sometimes people generally get really relaxed but have some moments of really high anxiety coming up in a marijuana trip, especially at higher doses. So today we want to talk about where does that come from and what to do about it. So marijuana anxiety is not, as many people say, caused by marijuana. Somebody who is not an anxious person is not going to get marijuana anxiety. So even though you might not consider yourself an anxious person, maybe you're just not very aware of how anxious you are inside of you. Marijuana will intensify the anxiety that is already there. So marijuana is as a plant medicine. Many people don't use it as a plant medicine, they just use it to numb themselves out and they don't really respect the plant and they just use it every day and so on. But if you really want to know what marijuana is, it is a medicinal plant that can be as strong as ayahuasca, if you're familiar with ayahuasca, which is a very strong healing plant from the Amazon. Marijuana can be a real teacher plant, can be very healing if used with intention. But most of us don't use marijuana with intention. We just, in the evening, roll our joint, have a little smoke, and want to relax. But marijuana works with our subconscious intention if we don't set an intention. So our subconscious intention might be that we want to become aware of how anxious we are. There's a part in ourselves that is screaming for attention. And that comes up when we smoke marijuana, like maybe an old trauma that has not been fully processed. And all of that comes up when we smoke marijuana and can be very, very intensified. So it doesn't mean that you're a complete anxious person all the time, but there must be some anxiety there if marijuana brings it up. The question is what you can do about it when it comes up. So first of all, really important is, for a while, stop the recreational use of marijuana and learn how to respect the plant again. I'm not saying to stop smoking marijuana, it's just stop smoking marijuana just to completely forget yourself or to escape the situation you're in, or to do it every single day. That is disrespecting the plant. And the plant also is a very forgiving plant, but the plant doesn't like to be used like that. So this would be the first thing to try to do, is if you're addicted to marijuana, or if you just use it too often, to cut back a bit so you get to know the spirit of marijuana a bit better. Second, create a whole ritual the next time you smoke it. So first of all, I would like you to ask to stop smoking it too often. And if you have not smoked it for a while and then you want to smoke it again, create a ritual around it and set an intention. And the intention could be that to have marijuana help you move through your anxiety and help you to deal with your anxiety, because it is a medicinal plant, and if you ask the spirit to help guide you, you will receive guidance. This anxiety might come up and gets intensified, but this time listen to the spirit of marijuana and it will show you ways how to release that anxiety. Just to give you an example, I did exactly what I'm just explaining to you, and I used to have I was smoking marijuana a bit too often, and I used to have anxiety attacks on marijuana when I overdid it with the amount that I was smoking. So that one night I smoked it and my anxiety got really high. But I had smoked it with intention and I wanted to release, I wanted to relax and calm down. So my anxiety got higher because marijuana was showing me, like, in order for you to release and calm down, you have to look at this anxiety. So, but we had music playing, and then I just knew, it was like a knowing that came probably from the marijuana plant, to stand up. I had to stand up. So I stood up and then I went into yoga position. That was just intuitively. And then while I was in this yoga position with my head down, I heard the song that was playing and I just knew I had to sing. I had to sing my anxiety out. So I started singing and I sang my heart out, and I was still in this yoga position. And then I came back up and I was just singing and singing every song that came. I knew the lyrics, that was good. I just joined in and sang my heart out, and it was very impressive because I have always been my whole life a really bad singer, like so bad that my friends would ask me to stop singing because my voice sounded so horrible and I just couldn't get the notes. And that is because my throat chakra was blocked. And in that moment, when I was singing, I was hitting all the notes. And my ex-boyfriend was there with me, who is a really good singer, and he was amazed too. He's like, wow, I've never heard you sing like that. So I just spent like 3 hours just fully singing my heart out and hitting all the notes and learning from marijuana how to open my throat chakra so that I could sing also when I was not high. And that really, really decreased my anxiety. My anxiety was gone. I was just in absolute bliss that night. And so now I still have moments where anxiety comes up on marijuana. Um, but I know what to do. I'll just ask marijuana to help me to release it. And sometimes that just means to talk to whoever is there with you. And it's really important that that person knows that when you have anxiety, with or without marijuana, it is very important to let the person who's anxious just talk and not trying to fix it, not trying to give a solution to whatever they're anxious about. Just be there, ask questions, as many questions as you can, so that the person who's anxious can get all of their anxiety, like anxious thought out. Because if they're out, they're not flying around in your head anymore and making your whole system go anxious. It's also important to validate whatever thoughts or emotions you have. That doesn't mean you have to agree with them. Like if you are scared because you think something very unlikely is going to happen, maybe you're scared a burglar is going to come into your house, like very irrational things, it's important that you validate your fear in that moment and don't think that you're crazy, or don't have somebody else tell you you're crazy. The person next to you should also watch this video. So it's just important to validate the thoughts. That means I can see that I'm really scared right now that a burglar will come in, even though it's unlikely. You're not crazy for thinking that, and I am here with you. That's something you could tell yourself, or whoever is with you could tell you, I'm here with you. I'm there. That calms down anxiety. Also, very important, what you need to do is to create a safe setting for smoking or eating the marijuana. Somebody who is prone to have anxiety attacks on marijuana can't watch a horror movie on marijuana. That just doesn't work. Not even a thriller. I have tried that. Doesn't end well because you can watch the whole thriller, but then afterwards for hours, just your mind just comes up with all of these possible stories of what could happen in your life now, using the stories of the thriller and putting them into your life. So that is not a good idea. So always create a safe setting, a relaxed setting where you feel at ease. That way you already reduce the likelihood of getting real strong anxiety on marijuana. And then what can you do if your friend has an anxiety attack on marijuana and you have not created maybe a safe setting? This is just like you both smoked it recreationally and your friend just gets really anxious. Then you can do what I just said. Let them talk out their anxiety. Let them completely speak it out until they have like kind of vomited all their words out. That will naturally calm them down. You can ask questions like, where in your body do you feel the anxiety? What thoughts do you have? And not judge at all. Always give them the feeling that you are there, that you're present. You can even say that I'm here, I'm present with you. But you don't have to say it. You can just show it through your actions. You just keep asking questions until you find that this person who's anxious has nothing more to say because they have said it all. And that will usually relieve the person of a lot of their anxiety. And you can also help them to breathe a bit more deeply. So just very calm breaths. That's also for anybody who has marijuana anxiety. The more you calm your breath down, the less anxious you will be. So usually when we are anxious, we have like around 15 breaths per minute. If you can reduce that to 4 or 5 breaths per minute, you can reduce your anxiety through your breath as well. That means what you can do is take a deep breath in and then a very long breath out. It works much better if you make a sound with it, but honestly, I'm too shy to make a sound on video like that. But just make a sound and breathe and make the sound as long as you can. You can sound like an idiot, you can sound like a shaman from the Amazon, but whatever sound comes out of you, just make it as long as possible. So if you can get your breath down to 4 or 5 breaths per minute, that will reduce your anxiety as well. So I hope that helped. If you have any experiences with marijuana anxiety, please comment below. Let us know if this video has helped you. If you have any questions, let us know, and please give us a thumb up and subscribe to our channel. And we hope to see you again. Thank you for watching.